Howdy there, folks. This is Lapidary Dave, and right now I will be carving a little piece of fluorite. Little blue and purple piece, kind of hard to tell in this super rough state. This has been hit just with a slab saw. It was a piece that broke off, I believe, a different slab. I don't usually carve fluorite. You can easily buy large pieces very, very affordably. When I did used to work a little bit of it, I would buy tumbles and then recarve them into shapes I liked, polish them, drill them, and braid them. And these were very affordable when I was selling these. Yeah, so I don't have a big desire to sell these. I do try to have them for medicine and whatnot, and I do collect it. This was a big nodule of fluorite. This was a gift from my good friend Timmy and favorite bass player in town. Alright, that's a cool nodule there. Look at the innards. Never seen anything like that. I guess this comes from near Ojo Caliente, New Mexico. So lots of fun to be had in fluorite. Some uncommon looking stuff like this. I don't even know what's going on with that. And then there's the more common stuff like this. Everybody's seen the purple, green, white, and blue. Slabbed most of this up yesterday. My friend finished off this cut for me though. This one's pretty big, probably about 6 or 7 inches. Yeah. So I don't always do fluorite, but I don't think I've ever made a fluorite video, so I'm going to make one for you folks today. I'm going to carve this little piece using my little silicon carbide little blue machine. Alright. First I think I'm going to take this to the flat lap just to hit the faces. I don't want to remove too much material. Then I'll take it to the 80 grit, tighten up the sides. Alright. Okay. So the piece I wanted to carve actually ended up breaking around 80 grit when I was drilling it. I was going to go ahead and salvage it, so I tried to drill it again and then it fell apart further. So I'm going to actually carve this piece instead. This is a piece that I cut from a slab that was in the intro video. I'll show you the piece of that later. But yeah, so I'm just going to do this. I'm going to work this piece. It's a little bit thicker, a little bit more of a sure thing. I'm learning a lot about fluorite. I would say I'm definitely not good at carving it. I didn't work a lot of this material when I was learning. I'm always learning. Everyone's always learning. Anyway, I'm going to process it a little bit on this 180 grit flat lap before I take it over to the expendable belt. Alright folks, this is kind of like my rough preform here. It's the general shape that this is going to be. A little bit more colorful than it was before. Try to get you some better lighting. My computer's crazy. Anyway, this stuff is actually not very easy for me to carve. I'm learning a lot about it as I go. But, yeah. I would have never guessed. Anyway, on to Little Blue, my little 2-wheel Lortone. Alright folks, I'm over here at Little Blue, my 2-wheel Lortone. I cover this stone in Sharpie so that I know when I'm finished with it. Yeah. I should be quick, but I'm going to be using a relatively worn out wheel. So, it will take a little bit longer than usual, but it's all good. I'll be starting with 80 grit, and I'll be ending with 1000. I'll be drilling after this 80 grit though. Alright folks, marking this stone with a Sharpie definitely was not the best idea. There's a lot of permanent marker deep in some grooves that I just can't get out. It should look fantastic nonetheless, we'll see. But it wasn't a smart idea. Anyway, here's the stone dry. Here's the other side wet. I could definitely burnish this now and it wouldn't look that good. I'm going to go ahead and drill this. Yeah, then I'm going to take it to 1000 and buff it, make it more translucent. This is fun. After after this 80 wheel, I think I'm going to have a lot more fun. This belt is really worn out that I was just using. And, yeah, 220 is going to be a lot more fun. 600 is going to be better than that. And by 1000, I think I'm really going to be, not wanting to stop. Anyway, let's drill this. Alright, folks, I marked the stone like a good little lapidary. I'm going to go ahead and try to drill it. Anyway, I was a little spooked, but I think we did it. I'm going to go ahead and lick this with my 80 grit silicon carbide, and then I'm going to switch out the belt to 220. Alright folks, I cleaned that hole up as much as I'm going to be able to. I'm going to go ahead and hit this with the 220. Knock out most of these facets. See you folks there. Alright folks, this stone is looking great. I'm trying to work fast so I don't get too pruny. I really don't like getting pruny. This is the face relatively dry, and this is the face pretty wet. I could easily burnish this now with the mop, but I'm going to keep it going. I'm going to skip 400 because this is a softer stone and go straight to the 600. After that, the 1000, and then I'll hit it with a mop. Harder stones, I would use 400 and actually use a 360 hard wheel flat lap, but that's for another video. Anyway, 600 grit. Here's that beautiful fluorite dry. Took a fantastic polish at 1000 grit. Like I said before, every belt after 80 is progressively faster and faster and takes less time. Yeah, I'm gonna hit this with the mop. It's gonna look even better. Perhaps more like this. Let me get that set up. See you folks there. Alright folks, I'm over here at the mop. I'm gonna hit it with some Fabulister. And then I'm gonna take it inside and show it off. Here's the last look before the burnish. Fantastic.
Alright folks, it's kind of a tricky step in the process, even though it's the last step, because it can go flying and explode and break. But everything worked out well. There seems to be a little bit of compound stuck to it, perhaps because it's a softer stone. I'm going to go wash this softly with some warm water and rub it down with my hands. Then I'll take it inside and show it off. But everything worked out. Fantastic. This was totally fun. Oh yeah.
Alright folks, here's that beautiful finished piece of fluorite that I carved. Did not take too long at all. Took a fantastic finish. Lovely color. Might be a little bit hard to see on my colorblind camera, but awesome blue, purples, and greens. And some white, milky stuff. That's fun. I braided it up with this blue and white artificial sinew and put a check glass bead at the end so it's adjustable and hangs in all the right places. Fantastic. One more time. I was super surprised. I didn't think I was going to like carving this fluorite material, but I definitely had a blast. Had a very good time carving this material. Yeah, I might even do it again. This is the piece that was bigger in the beginning of the video that I ended up trimming and using as the piece for the video because the piece I was planning on using kind of crumbled away. Here's a different slab from a different type of material, different type of fluorite from a different mother stone. And here's a little end piece of something my good friend found and gave to me. Look at those innards. Wild. Here's the outside, all nodule-y. Very interesting stuff. Way cool. Look at that. Wild. For fluorite. Over here I have some octahedrons that I give away and sometimes sell, very rarely. Anyway folks, that's that. That was my fluorite carving video. Thank you so much. Hope to see you next time. Hope you see me next time. Awesome. Peace, y'all.